What's good with you? Now, we're going to observe this story. It says Jon Stewart is returning. Okay. Now, if you guys remember the Daily Show with Jon Stewart, it used to be funny what happened during elections. Well, it obviously shows your current host is not funny or your current host is insufficient. You got to go to the past and call up another person. This shows inefficiency. Okay. This proves a lot of what a lot of people are complaining about with the Daily Show. So we're supposed to run with the Daily Show and be okay with it and act like everything's hunky dory. No, we're supposed to sit here and say, look, you got to bring back the guy from the past. Maybe the current host is not good enough. That's what we're looking at. Is that what you guys are saying? Because that's what that means. The current host is not good enough because the people demand Jon Stewart back. Now, this may not seem like a serious story, but we're talking about it because of two things. Number one, someone else's job was to be on the Daily Show, and they're calling him back because they think like it's a shock factor. Is he coming back? They're not coming back together. They're calling in Jon Stewart to take over because he needs to be there for some reason. Okay. I don't have no problem with Jon Stewart. I think he's actually pretty funny, but I have an issue with a lot of people changing the reason why. Like even in the story, if you read below, they're like not even coming out saying why. You know why? You know because the current host is not as good as him, so you're getting him back to for this election because you want comedy and he's funny during elections. That's why you do it. So you guys are switching them out, making it seem like it's something normal. No, just say the current host is not sufficient enough to fit the spectrum of what you expect from a host in terms of being funny or being entertaining during the commencement of polling. Just be honest with the reasoning. Like they're doing things and not saying why, and they're acting like you're supposed to know, and acting like no, it's not that. No, it is that. Stop saying that it's not that. Stop acting like it's not that bad. You're switching them out because the guy who's doing it now isn't as funny. So why did you replace him in the first place? This is brings us to curious questions. We got to ask these questions, and you're going to see later on it's going to become relevant. I'm going to show you. I'm gonna show you how relevant it's gonna be because we're gonna get a story where a person is replaced or isn't replaced, either or, and they should be or they shouldn't be. Like you get what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to explain and show to you how Hollywood works. They do what they want when they want. There is no black and white. There's no red line in between. There's no line to cross. It's whatever they feel goes for the moment. Okay, so it's about momentary pleasure. And that's what they're trying to teach you to be inside a momentary pleasure. Now, with that, now there's multiple scriptures I can go down with that. We can go Galatians, Colossians, Thessalonians. There's so much we could go with that, man. But I'm telling you, popularity is what builds what they do in the media and the press to impress you. They do it to entice you. Okay, that's what it's about, enticing you. So when these situations come up, it's best to address them. Don't entertain them as much, but address them in sternness, as I'm doing now, being stern, seriously trying to make a point, and then keep it moving and let them go ahead with it and don't even entertain it. Because when you entertain it and it's off base, they won't fix it. They'll say, oh, they're still going to watch. So just let it be. Just go watch something else. Go do something else. Go spend your time with your family, watching a cartoon, watching a movie. Like, what are we doing still talking about this type of stuff? Jon Stewart has been on the Daily Show, but you're bringing him back now after all this time. Come on, sir. It makes no sense. You guys were kicking them off of Comedy Central because you didn't like what they were talking about. Now you're bringing them back out of nowhere. It's because you realize you made a mistake. Be honest. And this is what I'm talking about. People in power. People in power do things like this, mess up, and then they want to cover their shame. And like, oh, we're bringing back a guest everybody knows and loves. No, don't do that. Be honest. Say viewership and ratings went down because he wasn't involved in this year's primaries. Be real. Be honest. See, that's what I'm saying about being real. They can't. They cannot. They gotta shade it and add shade on Jon Stewart. Make it seem like, oh, he's coming back. Make it seem like, oh, look, guys, we have your favorite host back. Like you didn't take him out for no reason. Come on now. Let's be real. Even if he stepped out, if you wanted him in there because you needed the entertainment and the numbers to go up, aren't you supposed to say that? So increase pay. But nope. No, nobody wants to do that. Increase pay to keep him there. Like nobody wants to do that. Everybody wants to bring him back like it's a special and make us love and watch what you got going on. I ain't watching nothing you got going on. I'm skipping your channel altogether, suckers. Because you guys should have been knew not to get rid of Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart was making a name for himself for a long time, a legacy. And here's my thing. Conan O'Brien. If you want to switch him out with somebody like that, or let's even say the other dude with the part in his head in the front that was on Comedy Central that got moved to him as well. He's funny too, but I guess he's not funny enough. So all I'm saying, guys, be honest with your reasoning. Don't sit here and put out in the news something that's half altered, like something that's construed, contrived. What are you doing? Put out the truth. You switched the guy out because Jon Stewart's more entertaining. Be real. Be honest. Say Jon Stewart's better. Just be real. Because you don't want to hurt the feelings of the guy you got in there now. Then you shouldn't have brought Jon Stewart back. Or you shouldn't have replaced him in the first place. You shouldn't have left. You should have took a stance. But you haven't. But you're not. But it's not going to happen that way because that's too real for you. Because fakeness is what you guys do the best. All rights reserved. And it is what they do best. Fake.